Today we're talking about the best 3 exercises to lower blood pressure naturally. If you want to bring down your numbers naturally, you have to improve how you move your body. But the problem is most people have no idea which kinds of exercises actually work the best for lowering blood pressure. Well, here's the truth that may surprise you. The best exercises for lowering blood pressure have nothing to do with going to the gym or running. The top cardiology studies all point to the same set of movements, and their secret is simple. The exercises they recommend are just better. So in today's video, I'm gonna walk you through the exact 3 exercises that I give to my own patients to lower blood pressure quickly and effectively. If you do these consistently, you will see results. I know this works because I'm a board certified primary care physician, and these are the same exercises I've seen lower blood pressure in dozens of my own patients without having to add a single medication. All right, before I break down the top 3 exercises, I wanna get crystal clear on why exercise is so important for blood pressure, because it's probably not for the reason that you think. Most people believe that exercise helps with blood pressure simply because it burns calories and helps to facilitate weight loss. But here's the surprising part. Exercise acts directly on the arteries themselves to help lower blood pressure. Think of your arteries like garden hoses. If a garden hose stiffens over time, fluid has to push harder just to make it through the end of the hose. The water doesn't flow out where you want it to go as easily, and the pressure shoots up on the inside. Exercise doesn't just burn calories, it's kind of like leaving those garden hoses in the sun, which softens the hose to allow the water to pass through more freely in the same way that exercise makes your arteries more flexible, allowing blood to go and flow to the parts of the body that need it the most. But this is only the first advantage of exercise. There's also another advantage of exercise that almost nobody's talking about. And honestly, it has nothing to do with your muscles overall, but has everything to do with your nervous system. Your body essentially runs on 2 pedals. The gas pedal, or the sympathetic nervous system, revs your body up, putting you in that fight or flight mode that everyone is so keenly aware of. The brake pedal, or the parasympathetic nervous system, helps to calm us down and puts us back into that rest and recover mode. Now here's where it gets fascinating. Most people with chronically elevated blood pressure live in that state where the gas pedal is always 3/4 down. Their sympathetic nervous system is on overdrive. What exercise does is it actually strengthens the brake pedal, which helps offset that sympathetic nervous system. Over time, it actually trains your body to learn to switch into different gears between the gas and the brake pedal, leading to overall levels of increased rest and digest, ultimately lowering blood pressure. And the cool part about this is you don't need months of exercise for this to happen. The nervous system reset can start within just a week of doing these exercises consistently. Now, all 3 exercises that we're going to talk about are in a class known as isometric exercises, and the first one on this list is wall sits. Wall sits are considered isometric because you're holding consistent tension without actually moving your body. What does the research show on this? Well, a systematic review of about 25 years of clinical trials showed isometric training reduced blood pressure more than aerobic exercise, strength training, as well as HIIT workouts. Wall sits alone tend to lower systolic blood pressure on average by about 10 points. This is the exact same amount of drop that you would see if initiating a first-line blood pressure medication. Now, what you want to do is to put your back flat against a wall and bend your legs at the knees to where it feels most comfortable for you. If you have chronic knee or back issues, just take it slow. Don't go crazy with this, and flex your knees to the point where you don't feel any pain. Now you wanna hold that position for about 30 seconds. Over time, you wanna build to where you can hold that position for 1 to 3 minutes, and doing this about 3 to 5 times in a row with about a 30-second break in between each round. Make sure you don't hold your breath while you do this because you can get lightheaded and dizzy and pass out. Always breathe while doing these exercises. Wall sits have an extra benefit as well. It's not just for blood pressure, but it can help strengthen your quads, glutes, and your core strength, which helps improve balance, reducing the risks of falling as we age gracefully. Exercise number 2 is squat holds. You can think of squat holds like a wall sit, but there isn't actually a wall present. You're doing this with your own body's mechanics. What you want to do with this is you want to place your arms out in front of you and have your legs be about shoulder width apart, and then go into a traditional squat position, going down only as much as what's comfortable for you. Again, if you have knee or back issues, squat down to what feels comfortable for you. The same thing with the wall sits is you wanna hold this squat position for about 30 seconds, working your way up to doing this for 1 to 3 minutes at a time. And again, doing about 4 to 5 rounds total. Some mistakes that you wanna try to avoid is watching your heels lift off the ground. You wanna make sure that every single part of your foot is touching the ground, and you don't wanna let your knees cave inward, as this can create increased stress on those knee joints. Some modifications to this is you can put a chair behind you for a little bit of extra support, or if you're already a pro at doing this, you can add a little bit of extra weight with a 5 to 10 pound dumbbell in each hand. Just like the wall sits, squat holds can add and improve overall endurance in your life by getting you better at walking upstairs, carrying in heavy groceries, and reducing your risk of falls. Now, we've trained 2 exercises with the lower body, but what about the core? Because it is so important for stabilizing our entire body. The last exercise that we're talking about, and exercise number 3 on this list, is planks. Now, this is a full body isometric contraction, and this really teaches nervous system resiliency under stress. There have been a myriad of studies that have shown that consistent plank work lowers both systolic and diastolic blood pressure by anywhere from 3 to 8 points, and can help significantly improve posture and reduce the risk of low back complications. I'll put a picture of what it looks like to do a proper plank on the screen here. And just like the other 2 exercises, you want to start with 20 to 30 second holds and build your way up to doing this for 1 to 3 minutes at a time. Again, 4 to 5 sets total. Some mistakes that you want to avoid is watching out for sagging hips or letting your pelvic section drop too close to the floor. You want to avoid looking up for prolonged periods of time, as this can cause strain on the neck. And again, like all 3 exercises, you really want to try to avoid holding your breath. If you hold your breath while doing this, it can lead to issues like feeling dizzy, lightheaded, or passing out. So putting this all together, we talked about 3 huge isometric exercises that have been shown in research to lower blood pressure more than aerobic exercises and resistance or strength training. But any movement, whether it's walking, cycling, yoga, playing pickleball, any type of movement that you can do consistently during the week will lower your blood pressure. And finally, a 5 to 10 point drop in systolic blood pressure may not actually seem like a lot, but this actually creates a 15 to 20% overall lower stroke risk. And that's not just a small tweak, that can actually be life-saving. Now, if you can't remember everything that we talked about in today's video, that's totally fine. I put together a free resource that outlines the best exercises to lower blood pressure naturally. And if you want to grab that PDF, I'll link it down below completely for free. Exercise is extremely important for lowering blood pressure, but honestly, it's only half the story. If you really want to bring your numbers down quickly and effectively and keep them there, then what you eat is just as important. I break down the top 3 most important foods in order to lower blood pressure naturally, and I highly recommend checking out that video right here.